financial crisis recovery.
Foreclosure, short sales, bankruptcy, credit card debt, job loss, depreciating home values, money management. Peace of mind when it comes to your finances seems completely out of reach under current conditions, but there is a way to achieve it. For the next 60 minutes, you're going to find out how to cover your assets. Cover your assets.
Like ours. That's the good part for me. They're forced to.
Well, you know, the first question that I hear asked often is, tell me what does custodian mean, and what would the relationship be between myself and the so-called custodian? Am I the custodian? Is Todd Grill and his company Nexus Direct the custodian? What's the story there, Todd?
Yes, and good. Yeah, the nomenclature inside these different industries. We are a third-party administrator. They call it a TPA. Our custodian is a bank. I am not. My company is not a bank. So, in order for me to be in business as a third-party administrator, I need a custodian, which is typically a bank. Our custodian happens to be First Trust of Onega in Kansas City. They're actually a self-directed bank. They happen to just do business with their clients in Kansas City. They've nominated me as their administrator / custodian on behalf of our clients. So the bank is the custodian. We're their nominated administrator, which allows us the legal authority to administrate these types of investments per the client's instructions.
So they're holding those funds in suspense per the client's instructions to be able to direct them wherever they like, and they essentially become the holding structure for the
exactly right. They are the legal holder of the asset for the clients, and then we have a trust account set up at Wells Fargo where our clients' cash sits FDIC insured until they fund the investment. So their money is always protected, and the custodian has access to that account, so they're always checking on a daily basis all of the clients' accounts. So there's great safeguards for the client's money.
And always available to them, always.
Absolutely, yes.
You know, and part of the issue with, and the reluctance, I suspect, in putting money in a retirement account, as opposed to, let's say, day traders who want to do an outside investment account, is that they are always of the perception, and even people who are educated and go so far as to execute their own trades don't understand that, you know, the account, you're not limited in what you can use. It's not that you can only use a portion of it. You don't take a loan against it. You are actually able to use 100% of it. And people are fearful of putting money into a retirement account. They believe they're not going to be able to access it for those purposes until they get to retirement time, and consequently, they always shy away from a qualified plan. But in fact, when you can self-direct, you can use 100% of those dollars towards whatever investments you choose that are within the guidelines of the IRS qualifications, right?
Absolutely correct. And a lot of times for most people, it's the fear of the unknown, because they've always had somebody holding their hand, somebody else doing these investments for them. So there is a little fear factor. But I will tell you, this is a very simple process. It doesn't have to be that complicated. It's fairly inexpensive, and it just is. There's just a small learning curve for the average person. And once they get this, it's like riding a bicycle. They never forget how to do it, and they love it.
You know, individuals I speak with are always worried that the cost of an account, such as the one we're describing with your company, Nexus Direct, is going to be high, cost prohibitive, and possibly will outweigh the benefits of what that account is. What do you tell people who say that to you, Todd?
Well, I tell them, if you are only focused on fees and costs, then you really shouldn't be self-directing. That is just one factor. Our fees are very nominal. It's $60 to open the account. Our average client pays around $350 per year. That's an annual fee. We charge miscellaneous one-time funding fees, and all of our fees are extremely competitive with any of the national companies. And so it's the amount of money that they're paying for this type of service to be facilitated and sponsor their IRA. If they know what they're doing, it's minuscule for the type of return that my clients are getting.
Well, I can tell you right off the bat, when you quote that average annualized rate of return for your clients, and I look at the indexed mutual fund that indexes against the top 500 companies, I can tell you right off the bat that the difference between return on investment is so dramatically different that it'll outweigh that by about tenfold.
Absolutely. some of the best compliments I've gotten in the 10 years that I've been doing this is when a financial planner tells me when they are being forthright and they tell me that they cannot compete against their client's self-directed IRA for rate of return, then I know my clients are on the right path.
All right. That's exactly what I would want to hear if I were one of your clients, to know that I have control, that I'm succeeding in my endeavor above what I would have otherwise been doing, being stuck in a group or family of funds. It's a standard pie asset allocation,
Yes.
which is typical. Want to encourage the listeners again to call in. Our number to do that is 651-646-8255. Want to encourage you to call in and get all of your questions answered. If you've got a retirement account that's been sitting dormant with a previous employer, if you own your own business, an LLC, an S corporation, and you want to create your own self-directed retirement account, you can do that. I encourage you to call in and get your questions answered directly on the show with Todd Grill from Nexus Direct. That phone number again, 651-646-8255. The other thing I want to also encourage you to do is to go to Financial Crisis Bible. That's www.financialcrisisbible. This is a free download for people who are already facing a financial crisis or want to ensure that they never are. You want to get a ton of good free information on all the things that we talk about on this show. The name of the show is Cover Your Assets. It's all about dealing with financial crisis or ensuring that you are never in that position in the first place and protecting yourself against things that could potentially go wrong. I encourage you to do that. We'll be back after the break talking more with Todd Grill from Nexus Direct about how to self-direct your retirement account, protect your assets, and potentially get an even better return that you control. And we are back with Todd Grill from Nexus Direct, self-directed retirement accounts, talking about an incredibly powerful vehicle to help you direct your investments. I mean, I know a lot of people are fearful of that, but, you know, I think that it's just a phenomenal opportunity. The product is phenomenal. Most people are not aware of it, much less all the things that it can be utilized for. I want to, again, encourage everybody to download the Financial Crisis Bible. That's www.financialcrisisbible.com. Get a lot of free information, good information. We're going to take a call here with somebody. It looks like Jason. Jason has a question on self-directed retirement accounts. Go right ahead, Jason. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi. Say, I'm a 62-year-old male, and I plan on retiring in about 3 years, and I have about probably $300,000 in my through my employer, and also I have about $80,000 in savings, and I just kind of confused about what I should do. It's kind of scary, you know, to think about retiring. I do plan on working a little bit after I retire, but I just don't know how to handle the money.
So you got a big chunk of that money in savings, and I guess the first question, I'm going to hand it over to Todd in a second, but the first question probably is, what would you like to accomplish with the money? That might be the best place to start, because that'll tell you. I mean, I think a self-directed retirement account for the monies at the very least that are not with your current employer might be a great place to start, but the question is going to be, remember that the retirement account is a vessel, and whether that vessel is being held as a custodian with your current or previous employer, or whether or not it's with Nexus Direct, is going to have much to do with what do you want to do with the money. If you do nothing more than keep it in a savings account, the self-directed account may not give you all the benefits that is available. But if you want to do something with it, that could be different. Any ideas on that?
Are you talking about the $80,000 I have in savings?
I am, and yes.
Well, you know, I really don't know, because with the job situation that I'm in, and I want to have something as a backup. I don't. It's just I don't know what to do with my money. If I'm just kind of confused, because I don't know if, you know, with my job situation, you know, maybe in a week or two I'll be laid off, or you know, something.
Sure.
Like that.
Well, Jason, first of all, Jason, I want to tell you, thank the good Lord that you have something to talk about. You know, the Wall Street Journal about 3.5 months ago did an article and said that the average baby boomer, and I suspect you and I are both in that, I'm on the tail end of that, the baby boomer generation has an average of $27,000 in their retirement account. So the fact that you've got that chunk of money to work with is a wonderful thing and a testament to you. Todd, why don't you tell him some of the benefits that he might enjoy if he were to self-direct some of that money into his own retirement account with you?
Yes, I agree that he's got a pretty good cushion here, and which is very respectful. So, Jason sounds fairly conservative, which is good. So, and a little timid, which is very good too. It's always good to be cautious about your money. You need to be a little nervous and cautious about it, so you're doing the right thing and asking the right questions and slowing down. So our clients in this exact situation typically are tippy-toeing into self-directed. They're moving some of that money into an account with us, and they might.